Good morning, traders. This is Cousin Benny coming to you on Sunday, December the 12th. A rainy Sunday, I might add, in northwest New Jersey. With a quick look at a few positions, the S&P and other vehicles that are giving me a bullish picture for the short term. I say short term, I mean into the next 2 or 3 weeks, into the end of the year. I'll be reassessing every week, obviously. So if we look at the S&P, we can see what I've been looking at over the past month, excuse me, which is this channel that we continue to move higher into, the highs of April, May, before the flash crash that we are now trading above, this pattern which resembles a cup and handle and a mini cup and handle over in this area, which technically, if you follow O'Neill and IBD, cup and handle is just a selling off and a regaining of the momentum to the upside, and then the handle area where fewer and fewer sellers are met, and then finally a breakout. So you can see this in the widening of the Bollinger Bands too. So with the S&P, I'm continuing to watch this for the mere fact that I saw or am seeing a lot of retail investors getting into positions that psychologically you would see at this time, where people think that they're going to miss this rally and are starting to move in. Also, you have other retail investors that are cautious and weren't trading until they saw that this 100% retracement on the fibs from the May highs to the lows here in June, July. They wouldn't get in until they saw this resolution. Okay, so for right now we're bullish. If you look at other factors like the US dollar, the dollar is decoupling somewhat, which starts to tell you that it's more of a investor demand situation, rather than the dollar working in the inverse to the equities. When equities, or when the US dollar rallies, equities tend to fall off and so forth. So we're starting to see Bollinger Bands compressing here, which is telling me we could see consolidation here for a while along the 100, this gray line, the 100 EMA. Also look at DBV, which is the Power Shares currency fund. You tend to want to see this moving higher. Good for equities. Right now it's consolidating a bit. Also DUB. Also, we'll step aside from DUB right now. TLT, another 20-year bond fund. You notice that bonds have been selling off for some time in this downward sloping channel. Downward sloping channels tend to resolve to the upside, of course, so we're getting into the oversold area. I'm watching this as a yellow flag. Let's also look at some trades now. Cisco, I'm into off of this lower trend line. I did sell on Friday only because I didn't want the theta to eat up my trade. I had December's. I'll probably buy January's at this point. Looking for a move up to this level here at 21. So that's like a $1.25 move. I'll look at for options that have a delta of at least 50 cents, so I can get a nice dollar move, maybe 50 cents on the options, and be done with it. Okay. AMD we were into. but the common. I'm watching this channel. I'm also watching that we may embed here. ARG, this is a pure speculative play on my part. I'm looking for 25 to maybe 50 cents on the options if we get a nice move back up to this area that we traded up to on Friday, and maybe a little move back up to the 100 EMA. Notice we held the 200 EMA, so I'll be looking to sell those options. I did look at it from a speculative point of view. I bought the 70 Januaries, looking for a retracement back, maybe one of these gap situations where I would hold into that. Who knows? So ARG is just a pure speculative play. I bought 10 January 70 calls, and I'm looking for those to move quickly. Otherwise, I'll get out of the trade. Okay, we brought STT call options. I was looking at these moves off the 20 EMA. We traded back up. I did get out of those on Friday only because I didn't want Theta to eat them up. I might get back in on Monday. Okay, so I am looking for plays. The way I'll play this is I'll buy options on using my typical indicators, which, let's take a good trade like Intel. Intel, I always use the 15 and 30 minute. I always look for this situation right here where I have oversold stochastics. I'm looking for a move up, where you have a move off the 21 level to 21.93.22. A dollar move, say, is typically what I look for. Excuse me, that's not a dollar move, but what I typically look for is a dollar move. Let's look at the daily, where we can see Bollinger Band squeezing. Typically in an uptrend you buy the close above the high in the squeeze. So there's a few highs here, close down below the 8 EMA, we close back above it. So we're starting to look like we're going to do that. On Friday saw some some large block trades on the 2250 Januaries, which is what I bought. So I'm looking for a move over 22 into 2250 area, in which case I'll sell those options. I'll try to make another video on more of what I use to get into options trades and post it, since there are a number of people that have been asking about what I look at in an options trade. Again, this is Cousin Vinny coming to you from Day Trading Radio, where we can talk about this and other options trades in the chat room.